Hello everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com, joined by work experience lad Fraser Porter.
Work experience, still on the work experience.
Still cleaning toilets?
Yes, I think I'm improving. I think they're getting cleaner. Yeah.
Day on day.
Day on day. I'll get there eventually.
How are you post SummerSlam? How are you feeling?
A bit tired, but overall quite good. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm very tired. Yeah, I'm quite tired. But we're just going to do a quick round table here.
Yes.
Well, it's more of a straight line table.
Yeah. I mean, the table's not really square here, is it? Or it's more square. But
a square table. Yeah. It's a table of sorts where we discuss just SummerSlam and all that went down, because it was I was quite positive about it. You thought it was pretty good too.
It was very good.
I've seen some negativity online. Some of it justified, some of it I think not.
Yeah, I can see where some of it comes from, but overall it was a good show.
Yes. So we're just going to run through it, see what we thought, and remember to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. That was incredibly patronising. Come on, guys. Get involved. So we'll kick things off by, I guess, just to save a bit of time, we'll talk about the pre-show in one
as a
lump.
whole. Right, okay.
So we had Andrade, Cien, Almas, and Zelina Vega defeating Lana and Rusev via roll-up.
Yep, first of three.
We had Cedric and Drew, which Cedric won via roll-up,
again,
and then the B team won.
Let me guess. By roll-up.
Accidental roll-up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mixing it up a bit.
So it wasn't the best pre-show in the world, I think it's fair to say.
I enjoyed the Cruiserweight match and the mixed tag. It was good. Just the finish was a bit iffy.
They weren't just roll-ups. Two of them were also sort of botched roll-ups a little bit.
Yeah.
You had Zelina Vega was too short to really snag the ropes with her feet.
Yeah, it looked awkward.
She got it just on the count of three, which I think was for the best. Cedric with a weird roll-up exchange.
The results were good. I would say that it was the right people winning both matches. Despite me wanting Gulak to win, I can understand why they gave it to Cedric.
Well, I wanted Gulak to win, not just because of the Cultaholic versus Wrestle Talk predictions, but also I just thought he should have won.
Which you won, by the way.
Which we did.
You did.
We'll get onto that in a second. But I agree with you, but do you think you would rather Drew wins on 205 Live? Is that better?
And I would have rather have seen him win here, but I think if they're going with Cedric, they've got a plan probably make him feud with Mustafa Ali. So I think in the long run, it was better having him win. Okay. And then have Gulak sort of build up a bit more, because it kind of felt, I do watch 205 Live, but he didn't seem as built up as he should have been. Well,
the reason I thought Gulak was going to win here was because I thought Cedric's beating everyone.
Yeah, he
on
is.
the babyface side, really.
Possibly
on the heel side. Well,
back.
that would be excellent. But I thought Drew was going to win, and then maybe he'd have a match against Mustafa Ali. Yeah. Leo Rush is a heel, isn't he?
Leo is a heel.
Yeah, he is
so
a heel.
For Cedric to face him, it would make more sense.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I should have thought that before the predictions contest.
Oh well.
It was
next time.
It was a shame to see Rusev and Andrade Almas on the pre-show, I think.
Yeah, I mean, considering that Rusev had faced AJ just a month before.
Yeah.
And it's back to the pre-show. And that Almas has been on such a good run, especially when he had that match with AJ. It is a bit of a demotion, but as you said earlier, there's 13 matches on the card.
There are 30 matches on the card.
Not everyone can get on the main show.
Baron Corbin can't. Also, people who missed out.
I can understand that why though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But Asuka missed out on the show, which I think was massive.
And Bayley and Sasha.
And Bayley and Sasha as well. So it was a bit of a topsy-turvy one in some respects. And the B team won by getting lucky, which I don't mind.
I don't mind. I would have preferred the Revival to win.
I think so too, but it looks like from Raw they're going to get another title shot somewhere down the line. So, we've got now the first match of the show, which was for the IC title. It was Seth Rollins going against the champion Dolph Ziggler, and both had a man in their corner.
Yes.
Seth had Dean Ambrose, the returning Dean, and
my boy Drew McIntyre.
Dolph had the man representing all of Scotland.
Yes.
Drew McIntyre. You're all like that up there. You're quite tall as well. Not on the same level.
Not on the same level as Drew.
No.
I'm bigger than Drew, obviously.
Obviously, you've been in the gym a bit more. Yeah. Have you met Drew?
I have, yes.
He's a lovely guy as well.
He is very nice.
He's great.
Yeah. He's scarily big.
He's massive.
He's like legs the size of me.
Yes.
As a whole.
Like two normal people.
Yeah.
As
like
a leg,
us standing here are his legs.
That's a match and a half.
Yeah.
This was... At first, I thought, this is a bit of a slow starting match, but then it built and it got very good towards the end.
It was very good.
Yes. A lot of posturing on the outside from Drew and Dean.
I would have liked to have seen them get a bit more involved.
Okay.
Because it was Dean's sort of return.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't complain too much on it. It was a very, very good match.
Well, there was talk beforehand that there was going to be a heel turn from Dean.
I was really expecting it. See that shot at the end
when he's
with
like
Seth holding the title, and
that's going to be in video packages. You can tell around sort of the time.
Yeah, when he does turn,
yeah,
that's going to be the foreshadowing.
I like it. I thought that it was nice to see. It was nice to see them put together a good match. After the Iron Man match was a bit disappointing, partially because of the crowd.
Yep.
And I thought the Dean was going to turn heel as well. But then afterwards, looking back, I like the simplicity of the finish. You know, Drew's been helping Dolph win.
Yes.
Dean negated that with the Dirty Deeds, and
it worked. The match was actually the spot where he came off the top in the reverse superplex.
And then the reverse Falcon Arrow.
Oh, that was bloody brilliant.
It didn't end the match. I saw a lot of people online going, how did that end it? I was
surprised that didn't end it. I thought he was going for a Dragon Sleeper at first.
Oh, right.
And then when he turned it in, I was like, oh no, this is not going to end the match. If he'd put a submission, I think that would...
Like Sonata,
Yeah.
No. When Seth wants to kick it into a higher gear, he's one of the best.
Oh yeah.
He's amazing.
I liked his gear as well.
It was apparently...
Thanos.
I'm not a big Marvel Cinematic Universe guy. Oh, you?
So that was... Yeah. I was sitting there trying to guess what it was, and I was like, how'd that not...
So if he'd stomped his foot, would it have turned everyone to pixels, dust?
To dust.
Excellent. Following on from that, we had the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Kofi was the guy on the outside.
Yeah.
I thought this was good. I liked it.
It was good. I want New Day to win, which I guess they did, but not walking away with the titles. It was a good match. I love when Xavier wrestles. One of my favourite.
Oh, he's great.
One of my favourite.
He's an underrated high flyer sometimes.
Yeah, that elbow drop. Oh, that was something else.
It was. The match was, to be honest, this is one of the rare instances where I think a DQ kind of can be the best finish.
Yeah.
Especially on a show stacked with other matches.
The Mallet Men have finally used their big hammers.
They used the hammer end as well at one point.
Yeah. Although I've heard Eric's injured.
Oh,
supposedly
legit?
Eric is injured.
That would be disappointing if true.
A wee bicep injury is picked up, apparently.
Well, hopefully he recovers from that quickly, because this is all leading to another match. The Bludgeon Brothers have finally met someone who's pushed them beyond, well, I mean, they've beaten them before, but in
because they
different circumstances.
Was it WrestleMania? That's when they won the titles?
Against them, the Usos.
And it was them, the Usos. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I hope, though, the Bar get involved somehow, or the club.
Cesaro is, he like Xavier Woods, can just sort of, he's one of the better tag team wrestlers. And Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns as a tag team guy.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, it's like when he was with Seth.
Or when he was with
years ago.
Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt made the cover and
he went
like that. And then
that was an incredible spot, yes.
Also, like when Cena tags with someone and then does a big happy jump when they get the pinfall at the end.
Yeah.
Love it. Not love's a strong word. This was a bit of a chaotic match. There were tumbles and dives and everything all over the place. Big E showed incredible strength.
I always cringe when he does that spear to the outside.
Oh, when sometimes he just lands forwards.
He got it, but he just landed on the mat.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah. Hopefully that leads to a rematch down the line somewhere. Then we had one of a few squashes. Two squashes, I guess. No.
There's three.
Three squashes. One of three squashes. Braun Strowman defeating Kevin Owens.
And you could argue for four.
What would the fourth
main event? It's kind of squashy.
A bit of a compression.
Yeah,
match,
compression match. We'll call it that.
Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. This was at the time I loved it because it drew us level with Wrestle Talk in the predictions. Yeah. But I'd have been happier if this was against someone else, not Kevin Owens. I think he deserves a lot more.
He does deserve. He's been putting some work in on this feud.
Yes, he has.
The amount of crazy bumps he's taken, and he does deserve something after this. I hope he goes and feuds with Seth and gets the IC title, or forms a tag team with someone. I don't know. I want him to have a title.
How long is Sami Zayn for? A while until next WrestleMania time. Yeah,
I would imagine he'll be back. If he's earliest, probably a Rumble appearance, but. That's pushing it.
Yeah, I wonder what is next to Kevin Owens, because he's being made to be a little bit of a fool in this feud.
But I suppose it's just getting Braun over. He's already over, but this has just sort of cemented it.
And it's sort of,
it's kind of it didn't foreshadow, but it kind of set up later in the evening.
Yeah,
and it made it needed to happen in some way for Braun to have a dominating performance.
Yeah, I loved it on a personal level, but looking at it more objectively, I thought this probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. But
who would you put in there instead of Owens?
Oh, Kurt Hawkins. No, I genuinely can't think. It was a shocking result, which I guess was the intended effect.
Yeah,
Owens didn't even really get. I thought he was going to go like this.
He didn't get much offense in.
I thought he was going to. He got a super kick that Braun no sold. He just went, no, okay. I thought he was going to try and get I thought he was going to use the stipulation, basically, which was kind of almost completely ignored. He was going to try and get himself, he was going to try and get Braun to get DQ'd or to run away and get Braun to chase him and then make it back to the ring.
It would definitely be something where he would do like an Eddie Guerrero spot.
Yeah.
Where he chucks the chair.
Yeah,
it seems like something Kevin Owens would do.
Yes, it does.
But no, none of that.
He just got battered.
He got battered, bounced off the steel.
Oh, the chokeslam.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. In a good way.
Yeah.
Then the women's title match, which resulted in afterwards possibly the biggest pop of the weekend.
Kind of face turn face though.
Yeah. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus the champion Carmella for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The match itself, I thought was really good. I enjoyed it.
I would say that's Carmella's best match.
Yes, she wrestled better than I've ever seen before.
I think she was, if she wasn't in the match, it wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah, there was a lot of dynamics, little sneaky heel stuff to try and turn them on each other. She did what the cool kids call it, a lope, like through the middle and bottom lope. Yeah, like a tope, but a lope. She did one of them, and it was awesome. It was right under the outside.
It was my favourite suicide dive of the night.
Right, nice. Yeah.
Not many of them, but it was my favourite.
Rollins did a good one as well.
And Reigns.
Yes. But Carmella's was excellent. Charlotte did one of her big. I thought it was going to be a normal moonsault. It was a corkscrew thing.
It was like didn't hit anyone really.
Didn't get all of it.
No, it was like the Miz was on the outside trying to catch her, but it was nice.
Carmella got kind of near it. Becky was nowhere near. And
also liked Charlotte's ring gear as a tribute to Neidhart.
Was it?
Yeah, with the pink.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I saw a theory online from Brandon Stroud, who I get heat from the lads for mentioning him a lot.
Because you're a big fan of Brandon Stroud.
Didn't even follow me back on Twitter.
Is he not?
Followed Matthew back, and Matthew ridicules me for mentioning him, I know. But he said that he had a theory online that Charlotte's big move to the outside is a gymnastics sort of tumble, and she can only land it correctly if she knows she's going to touch the floor, so she has to sort of say to them, don't really catch me, I'll just fall
I suppose
myself.
she did land on her feet first, and then they all fell.
Maybe
but whatever it was nice. Yeah.
Charlotte won because Becky Lynch had the disarmer on Carmella, and then Charlotte ran in, hit the natural selection, and got the most disheartening of pinfalls. But after the match, they were all hugging it out. Well, Carmella had gone to the back, but
she just wandered off.
The two friends
didn't really care.
She did care. She was upset.
She's off.
The two friends were hugging it out. T Generation X, as they're called, apparently.
T Generation? I've not heard that one.
Becky says it.
Does she?
Yeah. She said it before. So not on. I don't think as much on programming,
TV.
but on social media and stuff, or in conference calls with me or whatever. So.
Just a casual drop in there.
Didn't go that well.
Your best friend Becky.
No, she didn't know.
Was there any of those like awkward jokes that you did again with Daniel Bryan?
No, there wasn't, thankfully. But that was an awful day. That was a bad day. Yeah. I mean, I was really pleased to be able to interview Daniel Bryan.
Of course.
But I had to tell a crap joke as well. And then Becky hit her. Oh, yes. And the crowd went, yes!
It was deafening.
Yes,
it was.
Pop. Yes.
It was incredible. It's one of my favourite face turn / heel turns.
Well, I was going to say, do you think...
recent history.
Here's a question. Is it a heel turn? Because this led to an argument in the reactions video, as people will see.
You'll see soon.
Yes.
I would say it was a heel turn, but not by Becky. I would say Charlotte's going to be like, well, why did the fans cheer that? And she's going to turn on the fans because Becky's too loved.
I guess.
But she did strut off like she was a heel.
Yeah, she did. And there was a lot of lingering shots on Charlotte crying as well.
Yeah, if she was remaining face, she would have probably referenced the crowd. She just sort of looked like she was ignoring them.
Yeah, I think it was a heel turn as well because in this day and age, which was Pachi's point on the reactions video, Ross was going, listen to the cheers, and Pachi was like, she's in the point I think was that heels do get cheered.
They do,
Oddly enough, you can't use crowd reaction to really gauge.
Yeah, no, it's you can't. I mean, the fans cheer who they want to cheer.
Yeah.
And in that instance, Becky deserved the championship, but it was taken away from her once again. So it seemed like it was a heel turn, but not in the eyes of fans.
Yes.
So she's going to be like the new John Cena.
Next up, we had the WWE Championship match between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, or the Daddy Off.
Yes. As Ross would love this.
Ross does love it as well.
Daddies.
As we'll see.
Yeah.
And then when Joe at the end said, I'll be your new daddy, the roof came down.
It was heated.
The match itself was...
It's not as good as their past matches.
No.
I enjoyed it, though.
I enjoyed it, too. Obviously, Joe wasn't flying about all over the place like in his youth, in his TNA days.
Yep.
But I did enjoy it for what it was. And I think I wasn't even too annoyed that it ended in a DQ, like the New Day match, I guess.
It worked. It made AJ look just very ferocious. and vicious.
I don't know if his daughter's the best actor ever, or if she just didn't want to touch him because he was bleeding. But she just went back straight. She didn't want to hug him.
Nah,
yeah,
I'm not having that, mate.
Yeah, which I thought was either accidentally or purposefully really effective.
He looked a bit caught off by it, so I think he was like, "Oh, okay,
all
well,
right,
right,
fine."
Yep.
To be fair, he was bleeding.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have done the same if I'd seen my dad like that.
How short's his wife? Because AJ's quite a short bloke.
Actually, 5'3" or 4".
Oh, I think
He's 5'8", but billed as 5'10".
Is he 5'8"? I've walked past him once.
I think he's 5'8".
I thought he was shorter, but okay, fair enough.
I think I could
maybe
be wrong.
in his boots though.
Boots, yeah.
I don't know.
She looked very short.
Yeah, she did. No offense to any women who are 5'3" or
short
4. There. Yeah, or any short people at all. Or any, they should be equal.
Disclaimer there.
People think I'm really short.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you are.
Yeah, you're tiny, mate.
Nah, I think I'm average.
Yeah, you're.
You're just above average. I'm probably average. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be small the first time I met you.
Thank you. It's because I stand next to Pacitti, and he's a giant man.
He is very tall.
He is.
Everyone sort of just.
I know. Apart from Drew McIntyre, who Pacitti was legitimately annoyed was taller than him.
Really? Was he?
Not legit.
Got some heat there.
Some giant heat.
Yeah.
So the big story of this match was AJ bumped all over the place as he does.
Yep.
Really good performance from him.
That Styles clash though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I thought that was a botch right there.
I think he
just tucked his head.
Yeah, or the opposite. Forgot to tuck his. No, you're not meant to.
You're not meant to tuck, but he just like sort of clipped. It looked like he'd clipped.
It reminded me of the Cena ones when he used to Styles clash Cena.
When
Cena's
his
got
head's
such
still
a big head.
touching.
Yeah. And then Samoa Joe got on the announce table like it was a house show, grabbed the mic mid-match and went, I promised you, the family of the Styles clan, I promised you that your daddy was coming home tonight. Looks like he's not going to because he's too sore. He didn't say sore. Don't worry.
Words to that effect.
I'll be your new daddy. Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Great heel work, but gross.
It was great heel work. You could tell the crowd sort of loved it though.
Yeah. Styles battered him and got DQ'd.
Where do you think the feud's going next?
Well, I was going to ask you. I was going to say, do you think... Because I think a rematch is on the cards, potentially in a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, yeah.
But do you think that Styles will win the belt, or do you think AJ's going to have a longer reign even?
When is Hell in a Cell? Is it September this year?
I'm not actually certain. I don't know.
If it's before the new 2K game comes out, I think AJ's keeping title. And I think they're going to do another sort of match. So this one sort of was a draw, essentially.
Yeah.
Joe won, but it was a draw. I think they'll do a sort of best of 3 with Styles picking up the next victory. Joe can say, well, I hold a DQ victory over you if they do it that way. And then in their final match, they'll have Joe win the title.
I think this is a bit left field, but I think that Miz will win the title. I think Styles going to keep it.
I definitely think the end game will be Miz.
I think Miz will win it on a SmackDown, out the blue somewhere, just like to take advantage of like dodgy circumstances or something, a heelish way.
Okay.
And then Bryan will come and get revenge and win the belt at some point.
I've got a similar sort of idea. Yeah, I think TLC. I think we'll see either Joe win the belt, or Miz. But I think Miz will win it at Rumble, and the same night as Bryan wins the Rumble, and that way Miz will sort of be like, "Well, you've overshadowed my night."
Right.
And he'll be the one sort of like wanting the match because he's already won, so he's got no need to fight him again.
Yeah, right.
So like I think that's the route they'll go, and then like we'll see Joe and AJ continue a feud, but without the title.
Yeah, fair enough. I like that too. Then we did have the Miz. Speaking of the Miz,
nice
we had the Miz.
Segue,
yes,
as Ollie Davis would say.
What?
Ollie Davis?
Hello, everyone. No, I can't do. I can't. It's sore. It hurts my organs.
Ollie Davis.
Oh, he really. But the thing is, his normal voice isn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
He puts effort. He puts work into his camera, into his presentation, unlike some of us. The Miz versus Daniel Bryan in a lovely singles match, which reminded me of. Well, it was, to me, there were a few matches on this card that started slowly and built, like Rollins, Ziggler, and like Styles and Joe.
Yes, they generally, all of them did if they weren't a squash.
Yeah, but I thought this one maybe shouldn't have. I thought this one maybe should have been going at each other, like Zayn and Owens.
I thought it was going to start with very similar imagery to that.
Yes.
Which, it's nice that it didn't, because it shows that both of their styles have changed, and that it meant Daniel Bryan was looking at it as a wrestling match, whereas Miz was sort of looking at it as a sort of like a blood feud kind of.
Yeah, but he couldn't really...
It wasn't in his style to do that.
And it's sort of, throughout the match, Bryan sort of controlled it. He was reversing holds and stuff,
So it's sort of, it proves that Bryan's the better wrestler, but Miz sort of had the mind game advantage almost, that he was in Bryan's head enough to sort of convert to his style.
Yeah. For me, this is one of the ones where I've seen criticism online that I sort of understood to a degree, because
what have you seen?
The Daniel Bryan feels like just any other guy now.
He's
to
lost
a degree.
He's lost a few, but I think the aura surrounding him at the moment, he can lose. He can afford to lose, especially to The Miz in this manner.
Well, yeah, the finish obviously saw The Miz was on the outside.
Yeah, she passed a brass knuckle shaped object, which turned out to be brass knuckles.
Yeah. Miz like sort of slipped onto his hand, was selling. Bryan came for a big dive, and he just hit him, knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. I think this was the right decision.
It was the right call.
Yeah, it was.
Especially as we've just said about what the plan might be for them going forward. It's a good way to start it.
Yeah.
Because Miz again doesn't have a reason to face him again.
Yeah.
He's done it, and now Bryan's on the chase to get back.
I hope they do come up with a good reason for it rather than just. I
don't want to see this match again until WrestleMania.
Okay, that's fair. That's a very fair shout.
If they do it next month at Hell in a Cell, I think it's too soon.
Yeah.
And it sort of devalues it a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Moving on, we had the second of 3 squashes. Finn Balor beating Baron Corbin. Sorry, the Demon Finn Balor. Baron Corbin on Raw came out and said Finn didn't show up for the match. He sent the Demon in his place. Is Baron Corbin 4 years old?
He was I didn't agree to this. This is a different man. Hate to break it to you, Baron. It's the same person.
I thought, to be honest, that this was maybe the best thing they could have done, given that no one really wanted to see the match. It was one of the weakest built matches on the show.
I can understand now why it wasn't on the pre-show.
Yeah.
When it really should have been.
Yeah, I can as well.
But it's a similar case. Baron Corbin's quite good.
Yeah, he's all right.
Not to the level of Kevin Owens,
yeah.
But I think it was wasted using Corbin here.
Okay.
Because if they'd done... We've already seen this match numerous times. Finn's beat him. There wasn't a need for it. But I can see why they did the Demon. If it was just the normal match...
Yeah.
It should have been someone else. But if the squash, it was effective with Corbin, but with someone else, I think it would have been a better match on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Brian Alvarez raised the point, which I thought, yeah, that's true, is why doesn't he always come out dressed as the Demon if he's twice as good a wrestler? But why didn't he do it last night when he had the title match?
At the time, I said it would make more sense.
Well, he would have won.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He forgot his face paints and stuff.
He's like, not
got
tonight.
The hotel.
Roman,
Damn it.
I accept your challenge, but can you just put it off?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
Shinsuke,
5 hours to get in a costume.
It must take a while.
Yeah. Did he not say in is it 24? He was it takes upwards of 3 hours.
Wow. Well, I guess we've solved the reason why he doesn't always do it.
Yeah. At the same time, it looks cool.
It did look, especially
also the effects that they had in the arena for
all the smoke and stuff.
Not so much that, the 3D effects on the screen.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like it for any other use apart from AJ Styles.
Yeah.
But with the Demon with the smoke at the top of the arena, it looked like a little portal.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
US title match next was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Jeff, what are you doing? Stop it.
He's bit battered and broken. His pelvis is going to fuse to his spine soon with that bump that he took.
I know. I think Jeff Hardy's one of the strangest cases of being injured less in his career than you'd perhaps think.
Yeah. I always
from wrestling anyway.
Yeah,
you crash a bike or whatever, but
it's always outside of wrestling he gets injured. Yeah. But that it'll get him injured, that going that way.
The spot we're talking about, for those who didn't see it, was the Swanton bomb from the ring post, not the turnbuckle, the ring post, to the apron on the outside, which, lest we forget, is the hardest.
It's the hardest part of the ring.
Part of the ring, yeah. That was the finish as well, wasn't it? Essentially.
Yeah. I mean, he rolled him back in and then a Kinshasa.
Yeah. And then Randy Orton came out and then went away. I don't know why he was trying to. Well,
if he'd paused for a wee bit longer and then just sort of looked as if he was going to do it, he just sort of walked and then went, nope, aha.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
It was really weird.
On SmackDown.
Yeah, that'll probably happen, won't it? Well, I think one of the things on the previews for SmackDown tonight was Randy Orton explains his actions.
There was no actions to explain,
I know.
Really.
It was strange.
Yeah.
It
was a good match, though. Back to the match. It was good.
Yes, it was
compared
better
to their
than
Extreme Rules match.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. This was one that I was really do we have to? But
I wasn't expecting it to be anything good, and it was, because I think Shinsuke can phone it in sometimes.
Yes,
which is disappointing.
Yeah,
but this match was all right.
I've just remembered one part. Jeff's just done the big swanton, and everyone's like, "Careful!" Yeah. Shinsuke rolls him in and just goes, bang! It just kicks him on the back of the head.
Yeah. Savage. I did like Jeff's flop though off the the apron.
Okay.
He looked completely dead.
Yeah.
Just like, understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was selling as well. It was great.
Yeah.
Moving on to maybe the biggest talking point of the night. Certainly one of two. The Raw Women's Championship match where Ronda Rousey demolished Alexa Bliss in about 4 minutes to win the championship. And for us, for Cultaholic to win, the scenes were incredible.
Yeah.
The hashtag scenes, Fraser.
I think you should send her like a fruit basket like they did on
Oh,
Reddit.
she's our favourite wrestler ever now. Yeah. Ronda-holic is the way to go. What did you make of it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good match. It was longer than... It's shorter than I thought it went, actually.
Oh, so it was longer in your head?
Yeah, like it felt like it was a bit longer than it was. If you're saying it was 4 minutes, I thought with all the antics on the outside, it felt more like 8.
Oh, really?
Isn't really long, I suppose, but I thought it was a lot longer.
It went by in an instant for me, honestly. Like, just the excitement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, go on. At first I thought Alexa was just going to take her belt and walk off. She looked at one point like she was going to walk up the ramp.
Come down the ramp, walk around the ring, and then walk back up.
Yeah, like Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah, exactly, like the GIF. If someone can Photoshop Alexa's face on that GIF.
I honestly thought something was going to... Yes.
Get on Twitter.
I thought something was going to happen. I thought that Steph was going to screw her somehow, or someone was going to come out.
As soon as they showed the Bella Twins early in the night, I was really worried.
When Natalya came out, though, I was like,
the opposite. The rumours for Evolution.
What's that?
It's Ronda versus Nikki, apparently. And I think it's the wrong way to go. I think it should be Ronda Charlotte at Evolution.
Yeah. Well, I think they might be saving that for Mania, though.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit more impactful on the all-women's pay-per-view.
Me
Sets
too.
up the 4 women's...
I'm going to...
Four horsewomen at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see that at Mania, though, I'm afraid. But, no, I was a bit worried when Natalya came out. I thought, that's lovely. Great for Natalya to be there, of course, wearing her dad's ring jacket. And then I thought, well, they can't not give her the belt now. And then I thought, when she started getting cocky and going, you ready to see a new Raw Women's Champion? I was like, oh, don't say that.
There was going to be some screwy finish.
Yeah.
But it was good. I think the spots with Alexa's arm always make me cringe.
Yes. Yeah.
Lovely stuff, though.
We saw that with Kairi Sane as well on NXT. With her leg.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was painful to watch, but it was fun, a fun match.
Yeah.
It's expected from Ronda Rousey at this point, though, to just go in there and decimate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Alexa's always good. I enjoy Alexa. I think
I do
very,
as well.
very good.
I like Alexa.
I don't like the criticism of her online.
No, I think she was the right heel for Ronda to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that Ronda can go in the ring, especially with her match with Nia, which was probably Nia's best match.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was a squash here, it's not like they're protecting her.
No.
Because we know that she's good. But yeah, right winner. I didn't like Nikki and Brie getting in the ring after.
No, me too. I thought, why are they there?
It's like, I think Ross mentioned on WTF Moments for SummerSlam where he was like, they come in and just talk about everything non-WWE.
Yeah,
so
backstage they were like, our YouTube.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so why come in the ring and hug the new champion who you might have a match with at Evolution?
Yeah, it was strange.
It's a wrong way to set up an angle.
It is. But we'll move on to the main event of the night, which I thought was actually going to be that match. And
you thought that?
Midway through, there were rumours from, I think, Meltzer on Twitter saying, the women's match might go on last. And I thought, ooh.
I thought they'd do the WWE Championship last.
Oh, right.
Because I thought they'd be a bit too scared of the reaction for the main event, which I actually thought wasn't too bad.
Yeah, they cleverly worked it. It was obviously Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship, and just before the match was about to start, Braun Strowman came out, and I hate his logic here. I hate it. He did it on Raw as well. He said, I'm not a coward. I'm not going to cash in when someone's back is turned, so get ready, because after the match I'm cashing in. I thought, really?
It seemed weird.
You're cashing in. Yeah, they know you're coming, but they're knackered. They're so tired after a match.
I thought he was going to come down and be like, I'm inserting myself
this is a triple threat
into
now.
This match.
Yeah.
I was speaking to folk online and I was like, this is happening. This is happening.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh no, you've messed that up.
He's just standing there. And it was very odd. Yeah, I thought the match was one of those matches that Lesnar's sort of innovated now after his match with Goldberg at WrestleMania 33.
I watched that just before we came in and recorded.
Right.
And that was a fantastic match. I really enjoyed it.
When they had all their finishes enabled from the start.
Yeah, like a roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah. This was similar where they were just going with their big moves straight away.
Yep.
There were Superman punches and all that sort of stuff. A few spears. Because this time it was Roman coming out of the blocks and really going for it.
I don't understand how Roman hasn't been able to do that before. Nothing's changed.
Because of the emotion.
He's now had pepper spray in his face.
Being on SummerSlam.
Is that his anti-kryptonite?
What?
Pepper spray.
Yeah, it fires him up. Yeah. But then Lesnar worked his way back into it a little bit, and then the key moment came. Roman went for a spear.
Yep.
Lesnar moved, and it turned into a sort of inadvertent dive onto Strowman.
Yeah, you don't see Roman doing many suicide dives.
No, he normally goes over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice.
He's good at them.
Yeah. Do them more.
Lesnar went out and thought, hang on, I know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to batter Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I don't see how that kept Braun down.
It was 1 F5 and a few chairs. He's come back from more than that.
Yeah, like Ross said, again, watch WTF moments.
Ross did say he survived being murdered in the back of a...
Yeah, if Braun can come back from the dead, he can survive 1 F5.
Yeah.
1.
And some chair shots and some briefcase shot. But he can come back from that.
He no-sold a super kick right in the face.
Yeah, he did, yeah. It was a weird one.
Yeah.
Lesnar threw away the briefcase. I thought that was going to kill someone in the crowd.
Did you see on TakeOver with Gargano kicking the crutch? And it hit someone in the crowd.
Did it hit someone?
Apparently so, it hit someone in the crowd.
Because I saw him look off. He was like...
I thought it was going to happen here where he just wallops it into
threw it so hard.
Some child's face. A wee Make-A-Wish kid. A wee Money in the Bank briefcase in the face.
It just broke some of the lights, which actually Sam Wynn started. He was like, I know how expensive they are.
Would,
yeah. The match continued. Well, it continued for a few more seconds, really. Lesnar got back in the ring and was immediately speared. Reminded me of how Punk beat Cena. Where it was clean,
when he comes out the ring. And
it was clean, but they were just coming back into the ring from a distraction. So Cena had just stopped Vince and John Laurinaitis. Go back in the ring, go to sleep.
Finish.
Lesnar had just stopped Strowman, got back in the ring, spear, and Roman finally beat him.
Roman finally did on his, 4th attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I found funny though was Brock visibly moving the chair away from
for the
his
shot.
face.
Yeah,
and then his shoulder inadvertently went up.
Oh, did his shoulder go? He kicked out? Yeah.
He actually kicked out, so Roman's not the champion.
It's still Brock.
Yeah. Big scoop on cultaholic.com. Brock's still the champion.
On Raw, Heyman said, well, Brock wants his rematch clause at Hell in a Cell, and Angle went, no. So I wonder what's going to happen. What do you think's going to happen?
Can you do the impression of...
Forget about it. Yours better. What do you think's going to happen?
For going forward? I don't think we're seeing Brock for a while.
No.
I think the next time we see Brock will be a surprise entrant in the Rumble.
After his fight with Cormier?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know when's his Cormier fight scheduled. I thought I'd heard December, but then I'd heard it's going to be a bit later.
Or maybe it'll be before his Cormier. I don't actually know.
If he's back in the testing pool, it could be as early as December, I think.
All right, okay.
But if it's... Regardless, I think he's going to appear at the Rumble.
Okay.
And if say his fight's after the Rumble, that's good marketing. But when he's in this big fight next weekend and he's in our Rumble.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to win the fight, because not to turn this into a UFC podcast, or roundtable. Cormier is apparently one of the greatest of all time, but Lesnar's massive, much bigger than him. Cormier is sometimes a light heavyweight, sometimes a heavyweight.
The interview that they did in the Octagon.
He's massive. He's towering over it.
Yeah, but like Brock's, he's not getting on a bit because they're the same age, but he's had so many injuries from UFC.
Illnesses. He had diverticulitis for a bit, which Shane got from a chair shot or something once.
Yeah.
Great.
Or falling out of a helicopter or something like that. But yeah, no, I think going for UFC, I don't watch it too much, but the DC and Lesnar fight will be interesting to see how WWE markets it.
Yes.
Because there was rumours of a meeting taking place before SummerSlam between Brock and the higher-ups. So if it's gone one way, we could see them continuing working. But if Brock's gone, stuff it. After the UFC, we'll see probably his last appearance at the Rumble. Well,
fair enough. Well, that was SummerSlam on the whole. I thought a good show.
Yeah, it's probably the best pay-per-view this year from the main roster.
It's that or the Rumble, I think. But the Rumble in hindsight, with Asuka and Nakamura not really doing much.
Yeah, in hindsight, I'd agree. And I suppose they've got the Rumble matches. They're very good themselves. Yeah. But I think overall, this was a more enjoyable pay-per-view.
I can't yet decide, but I think for me it was at least on a par with the Rumble, if not a little bit better. So yeah, probably.
And it did well against TakeOver the night before.
It stood up to TakeOver somehow.
Stood up. Not quite as well. It's like the younger brother.
Not as good.
Yeah.
But pretty all right. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching. I've been Jack from cultaholic.com. You can find me on Twitter at Jack the Jobber. Fraser Porter, where can we find you?
Yes, at the Fraser Porter on Twitter.
All of us generally at Cultaholic, and check out our Patreon if you want to. Patreon.com/cultaholic. Thanks for watching, and if you're not already, please do hit subscribe and join us.